Alright, Star Wars lovers, Derek's Vintage Toy subscribers, what we got here is the continuation of the sale of Sir James Kennison, aka Aussie James. Known him for a while, been selling his collection on consignment for him. Picked up carload number 4 here, so it's a lot of toys here. I've got about 12 or 13 tubs plus a couple of bits and pieces that didn't fit in there. So we're going to quickly go through it. The goal of this is just to get you to show you what's coming up so you don't miss out. There's a couple of ridiculous items in here, some not one of a kind, but there's a few of these, only 3 or 4 of these have come to the market. Some pretty rare and scarce Australian stuff, paperwork boxes. I won't spoil it till we get there, so let's have a look without further ado. So, like I said, the main aim here is, oh gosh, you've got a Nave Imperial Glass Lite box coming up for sale. It's Brazilian Tiny Scepter. I once owned this very item and I sold this box. I've kept the vehicle, sold the box to James maybe 15 years ago. James, you tell me. And that covered my shipping. I was stoked. But stupidly, a few years later, I sold the vehicle. I actually can't remember who I sold it to. If you're out there, let me know. I'll buy back off you, eh? Market rate, whatever. I miss this vehicle. It's brilliant. Anyway, so the goal of this is, oh yeah, you've got a Glass Lite box coming up. Please, I need that. I want that. Tag me when it comes up or message me before you post it or something like that. That's the whole thing with my YouTube subscription. It's free, like I said, subscribe, but you will not miss out on anything. I'll make sure you know when it's coming up. Unfortunately, you might have 5 people saying, yes, I want to wait for this shot, so, waiting for this item. So you're not guaranteed to get it, but by being a subscriber, seeing these videos, you'll have first dibs on all this stuff. So this is the first time I'm going to show you. So like I said, I once owned this, sold it to James. Man, I miss this vehicle. The box did nothing for me. But yeah, it's really good condition. You don't often see this box. It's not an easy box to attain. The bloody vehicle itself is hard enough to find. And this box is just very, very hard to find. So it's got that Power of the Force style artwork. It's spectacular. I like the figures, the Glass Lite figures. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I've been told off for saying Glass Lite because I know that's wrong. But yeah, it's all nice condition, intact. And it's also got the interior cardboard, which is very cool. Very, very rare piece of cardboard. If cardboard's your thing, you want this, you need this. Anyway, this is a pretty cool story because like I said, I owned it a while ago, so everything goes full circle. So that's the first item. Pop that over here. I'm going to run out of room here, man. There's so many toys here. This is another random one that was inside that. So there's a couple of Lily Letty overstock Biker Scout helmets. Heads. And then the bag it's in apparently is a strawberry shortcake inspired. Now this is still up for debate whether this is genuine or it's recreated to sell and make money. So it's if anyone knows much about this, James just told me about this yesterday, so I actually don't know a lot about it. It's apparently strawberry shortcake inspired snap lock Kenner bag. If you know anything about it, flick me a message, Facebook, Derek Westbrook, or contact at Derek's Vintage Toys. I'll put those links in the description because I'd love to know more about it. I'll do a bit of research, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So a couple of Letty overstock Biker Scout heads in there. Where do we start? What's going to give you more room? I might start with these guys because they're really honing into my territory. So this I've never seen before. It's a clipper. I won't spoil it. Let's do the big reveal when you get the tape off. I haven't even had a good look at the stuff yet since I unloaded. So it's a clipper board game. That is very, very, very scarce. I think it's an Escape from Death Star board game. Clipper version. So it's clipper printed on just about everything. It's clipper on the board game itself. And then you got clipper on the, not clipper, but they're in that Dutch language on there. And it's clipper on the game header. So very unique to this. So obviously there's a Kenner one, there's a Toltoys one, which is not worth that much, but it's attainable. But this is clipper, Dutch clipper, made in Amsterdam. Spectacular condition, no repair on the box lid. I lied, there's a sticky tape repair on one corner of the box lid, but yeah, you won't see too many of them buzzing around. Dutch clipper, Escape from the Death Star board games. Product of Amsterdam, where all the good stuff comes from, yeah? So that one's coming up. I'll just pop that over here for now. Then we had a couple people comment on these bad boys. A couple of Rancor monsters. I believe they're the same box. I'm not an expert on whether there are box variations with the Rancor Monster, but let's have a look at the condition. So they both have Rancors in them. This one's nice. Lovely teeth, working jaw. And that box is pretty good too, so that's quite a nice. I know a couple of people have already expressed interest in this, so that's one Rancor Monster. I'm going to call that around about, at a quick glance, a C9-ish. Really, really nice condition. Pop that one back. And we'll look at Rancor number 2. I'll pop here. Rancor number 2, what have we got? This one, not as nice. Oh, this one's sick. This one's customised with blood on it. So this one's got interior cardboard. I might put the interior cardboard with the other one. But this one's customised with blood on its face and hands. I'll have to check with James if he actually did that. It looks absolutely sick. And it's got some full gimp strap around its neck. Like he's a pet. That actually looks really cool. I reckon that paint will probably come off. I don't know if it's paint, nail polish, whatever. If you do want to clean it up, that'll probably come off. But that is cool. Matty Bennett, mate. You want that one? You haven't got a Rancor like that. You got a few Rancors, I think, but you haven't got that one. That's wicked, man. Anyway, I'll have to ask if it's actually James's nail polish, because I know he's probably into some of that weird stuff, so it might very well be his nail polish, you know? Right, let's get that out of the way. What else have we got here? I'll get this crate going. If I can get this stack of 4 crates going here, I can move around a bit. So this is really cool. I see a lot of micros. So here you got the Hoth Turret Defense micro set, and this is just a US box, so that's not Australian. I know there are a lot of Aussie pieces here, so I'll quickly check the boxes and stuff as I go. I will have a look at the condition inside. The box is absolutely stunning. Interior cardboard. This looks really, really nice, this one. It's probably my favourite of the. I had this entire run and I sold them. That's a nice condition. I don't see any figs there, but they could very well be somewhere else. This is a monster box of the micro run. So that's the Hoth Turret Defense. Lovely box, US box, like I said. See if we can keep it the Hoth theme while I'm going to try and put these back in the boxes they were in. I might unbox it and then rebox it, so I don't make a ridiculous mess here. So there's some cool stuff here I'm seeing as I go. There was a couple of modern items which I'm not even putting in this video. I've omitted them from this entire video, so just get everything out and I can put it back in easily enough. There's some killer pieces in here. I'm already seeing. So what have we got? You got, it's custom flicks, card back, I'm not showing you that. So we've got the Droids ATO Interceptor. What have we got? We complete. All good on the landing gear and stuff. See, I don't even know half this stuff is in here. I've had only a quick glance as it was packed into my car, and we kind of did a rush job. We're both in a bit of a rush, so that's quite a nice ATO Interceptor. That's complete landing gear sticks well. So that's really, really nice. I'll put this in away. So that was a Hoth Turret Defense micro series, micro set. Got an Endor Forest Ranger ×2. One has stickers. One does not have stickers. Both look to be in good condition and complete with all the cannons and stuff. Then we have One Man Desert Sail Skiff mini rig. This is really cool. Open at the bottom. Just quickly check the contents. That's lovely condition. That's got paperwork, unapplied sticker sheet, bagged, bins. So that's pretty much dead mint, unplayed with, that one. And then there's another Lucy here, same mini rig, really nice condition, just a little bit of sticker wear, sails and posts there. So that's nice, yep. Very popular, probably one of the better mini rigs. What do we got in here? This is, oh yeah, loose mini rig central. So we got Security Scout 1, Security Scout 2, that looks like it's been glue repaired. Or it's got some residue on it or something. I'll check that out, but 2 Security Scouts, one's looking quite nice. One may have, oh yeah, it has, yeah. It was glue repaired there and it's left a bit of super glue residue on the back. What else we got? So I'm assuming these are all last 17, yeah. So your One Man Sand Skimmer. That's really nice with the sticker. Back decal's nice too. That's a cool little mini rig. got a Brada on there, right? Then we got, I'd imagine it's, yeah, okay. So the other one, how are we looking? Sniper, complete, scoop, stickers, nice condition. I personally think that is the, look man, I know a lot of people love it, ugliest and stupidest mini rig you can possibly have made. But then it's worth a bit. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. And then we got, looks like another one-man skimmer. Mint on card. So that's fully sealed. It's yellow ink bubble. And the card's got a little bit of wear in a few spots, but yeah, that's fully sealed. So that's a ripper piece, last 17 mint on card mini rig. I'm not going to put that at the bottom of that box as it was. That's a little bit scary to me. I'm not even going to put that in the box at all. I'm going to sit down on top of the rain course here, nice and safe. I'll put these couple of mini rigs back in here, and the ATL Interceptor. So aside from that Security Scout having a glued strap, gee, that's bloody quite commonly broken. Those were all nice. So I'll bubble wrap that all back. Mindful if I just launch everything everywhere, this room's not going to look too good. So bear with me. So Micro X-Wing, what have we got? US box. Sold a couple of these recently actually. Had a special offer. That's got interior cardboard, nice condition. I don't see any of these figures. I think he's got these figures stashed in another box for all the micros. And then we got side gunner. I sold one with the box just recently as well. Droid side gunner. This looks magnificent. Still sealed, bag sealed weapons. Oh yeah, that's Mickey Mouse. That's mint in seal box minus the sealed part. That's untouched vehicle, unstuck sticker sheet, dead mint instructions. So that's, and like I said, the weapons are still taped and bags to the interior cardboard. So that's incredible. And then you got the vehicles, obviously. Ridiculous, beautiful, gorgeous colour. So that's a dead minter. That'll be worth a couple of bob there. So just be very gentle with that. Beautiful piece from the animated series. Droids. Nicely back in the box I got it from. And then we've done the X-Wing. Boxed Forest Ranger, so we had a couple of them loose. Boxed, not sealed. Oh no, that's it. That's just the box, so that will go with the complete one I had. One of the complete ones I had earlier, the one with the decals. I know Forest Ranger for some reason is quite popular too. I'm not a mini rig man, eh? Not a mini rig man. I don't mind the Hoth ones because they kind of emulate something that was in the movies in the Hoth scene, but this is a mail away micro Death Star Escape. This is cool. Obviously it doesn't have a retail box. I had this in the past myself. This looks to be, it's got a bit of stainer on the mail away box, but I'm pretty sure I see a sticker sheet and stuff in there. Don't want to damage it. Here we go. So what do we got? Unapplied stickers. Not sure if the mail away came with instructions. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I probably did though. So that's bagged, untouched, sealed, everything. That's specky condition. Very, very nice. Did it have instructions, guys? Come on, you guys are experts out there. I reckon it would have, but I'm actually not 100% sure. Anyway, decals unapplied and a little bit of edge wear, but not on a sticker, just on the sticker sheet. I'll be very, very gentle with that. Actually, I'm not even going to put that in there because I'm too scared. Alright, so there's some nice micros there, and I know there's more coming. Well, that was hardly any really, and I believe he had near on the full run. So let's just put this back here so I can stack, otherwise I'm in trouble. Alright, that's one crate down. About 10 or 11 to go, eh? Alright, crate number 2. Put it here. Unload it, reload it. And it's more micros. And good ones. Just give you a preview while I unbox it, flip while they're hiding here for a second. I know there's definitely some Aussie boxes coming up. What have we got here? Oh, okay. Yep. I don't know what's in these boxes, but I just got a sniff of one and it looks pretty good. start with these boxes because they're quite bigger, then go back on the bottom of the tub. And we have, like I said, so I was assuming he had all the figures for most of these sets somewhere. They're here. So we've got, it's probably spoiled about what's coming up, but there's a lot of Bespin figures still sealed in bags. Obviously those sets are coming up. So, and then there's a ton of Hoth figures. We've got the Hoth, those the mail away builder sets. So there's the majority, Death Star Escape figures. A ton of these are still sealed. There's a couple sealed in, not sealed, but in snap-lock bags, but really nice condition individual bags. He's looked after them obviously very well. Then we've got some of the cool painted ones. Painted micro figures. They're very sought after. So these are all coming up for sale. I'm not a micro man anymore, so I'm not keeping any of this gear. And then what have we got in this little box? I think this is more unpainted. Yeah, so these are cool unpainted versions. Very, very sought after. Like I said, they'll all come up. If I've got a ton of people after anything, I'll do like an auction or kind of things. That way gives everyone a crack. At attaining some of these pieces, particularly some ones I hadn't looked at yet, are very rare. There's definitely a couple of items now 100% have to auction. There's a couple of items that wouldn't have gone for sale for a decade maybe. Coming up in there, so I haven't got to them yet, but stay tuned. So we've got another weird shoebox, and this has, oh yeah, Diecast. So we got Darth Vader's tie, Diecast. We've got the tie, white tie, and Star Destroyer. The Darth Vader's tie was nice. The white tie is really nice. Very fragile, so I'll be very careful with those wing arms connectors. Let's just see if the ever important blockade runner's in there. It does click in, so sometimes it doesn't run around. Yeah, so it's got his blockade runner. That's quite nice. A little bit of paint wear, paint chipping sort of thing, and a little bit of discoloration of the main control section at the top. But other than that, that's quite a nice die-cast Star Destroyer. One of the nicer die-casts, I reckon, the Star Destroyer, and it's actually not that expensive to get, really. Compared to some of the other ones in that line, they're not cheap. Speaking of which, we've got X-Wing 1, X-Wing 2, a Butchered Slave 1, relatively nice Snow Speeder, nice Land Speeder, Twin Pod, maybe you see 7.5, 8, nice, not bad. Y-Wing, which is really cool. Slave 1 with Yellow Wing, Falcon. So they're all not mid. C7.5 and 8, some were nicer than others, but nothing overly super mid. Oh, and never embellished condition. I'll see if everyone knows me as a seller here. So here we go, we've got an Aussie box here on the Hoth Turret Defence. So that's an Australian Alexandria address box. Yeah, or famous pair box 72 address. So that one's Australia. What's Hoth Generator Attack here? That's got the thing underneath, I think. Suspense, eh? No, that's just a US one, I believe. Or is that different? You're addressing in a different place. I'm pretty sure that's a US one. Just going to double check the paperwork and stuff, if it has paperwork. That's spectacular. Weapons, everyone bagged. That's gorgeous condition. I don't see paperwork, but we'll see if it's somewhere else. Obviously, can't go through it in too much detail in this video, otherwise we'll be here for 10 hours and you guys got lives to lead, as do I. So I believe that's the US box. I'm just going to pop that back here for now. And then we got, that's another Aussie address. So Hoth Generator Attack is an Aussie, so it's US and an Aussie Hoth Generator Attack. And then we got Wampa Cave. That's Aussie. That one actually, this one actually looks to be in beautiful condition. Just nice little slits of the tape either side. I'm going to check this one out. That's the box. I'm just hoping, I don't want to open it that flat. Just hoping the paperwork might be in Australian in there as well, but I don't see any paperwork. Man, they're sealed. Those figures are sealed. Sealed figures, gorgeous condition playset, Australian box. So some really nice Toltoys boxes here with the Alexandria the Australian Alexandria addresses. I know they're very, very sought after. They come up from time to time, but that hot wampa condition is really, really nice. So as I was saying earlier, if you haven't bought from me before, very detailed descriptions when I sell stuff, and most people say when they get them it's in better condition than I described there, is because I always sort of under describe. You're never going to get an item from me and I say it's C9 and you think, geez, you know, what's the on about? Yeah, I'm very picky with condition and stuff like that. So there's a couple of vinyl cases. If there's anything exciting, any variant. A couple of extra trays in there. That's just a US one, single language, so I don't think there's anything special about that one. There's no figs in that. And now I think that's just a couple of spare trays. Yep. Pop them over to the side. Someone trying to crash the party here. Yes, little man.
What?
I'm just doing an unboxing here of some very rare stuff.
Dad.
Alright, I managed to avoid anything too crazy there. Yeah. Now, this is an item, I've sold one recently, and I think I know who's chasing one. Clipper items are actually very, very hard to find, but I know James and a couple of others bought, I don't know, 5 of these or something, I don't know what it was. But I think Matt Elliott, you looking for one of these? The GIMP, the OG GIMP? If you're keen, man, let me know. Clip art bot bag, so it's fully sealed. I did sell one of maybe his first lot, James's first lot he gave me. He had 2, so this is the last one, I believe. Mint and seal box, beautiful box. Clipper bot bag. How cool is that for a random item? Beta collectors, you gotta have it. Clipper collectors, you gotta have it. Oddball collectors, you gotta have it. Anyway, that's cool. It weighs a ton, eh? It's so heavy. It's that really strong, dense rubber. Very heavy little item. Yeah, that's obviously coming up for sale as well. That's gonna go down here. So I can put another crate on there. Alright, I'm nearly able to sort of move near my legs here. I've got quite a few to go, so if you're getting bored, there's something wrong with you, because this is cool stuff. So these are 2 Jabba bases. These I put in separately. I had to really reshuffle a few of these crates as I put in my car. I do have the vehicles and the monster himself, Jabba. So then I've got a couple of modern books. I'm not even going to look at them. I've got the Adventure Continues, the novels from Bantam Books. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Some kind of promotional item for books. And there it is. US. I've never seen that in my life. Don't know whether that's rare or not. Who knows? Then we've got the LPs. The soundtracks, Australian. I think he's Australian. Hang on a sec. No, this one's US. So I've got the set of the soundtracks. So that's Empire, obviously. Pretty sure a couple of them are Aussies. This is Australia, Star Wars. Yeah, that one's Australian. Hang on. Yeah, so Empire's US, Star Wars Australian, and Jedi is... Oh, and Star Wars book. Not sure if I got the cassette to go with it. I don't think it's an Aussie one, but I think the Jedi... Oh, this is the other Empire one. This one's Aussie, yeah? Yeah, so actually I've got a full set of the LPs, Australian soundtracks, and then I've got an additional US ESP. Alright, now I've got it right, because I did remember there was a full set. I was told there was a full set, so... Yeah, that's cool as. That's the side. Then we've got some random little boxes. I've got some Star Wars VHS. Special editions, trilogies, etc. Plastic Galaxy, the story of Star Wars. That's cool. That's a really cool little and then you got prequels on DVD and one VHS of Phantom Menace. So okay, I'll pop those Jabba things in there, and you will see the mighty slugs themselves in a little while. But that's 3 crates down, 5 to go, I think. Shall I do this? I might do this behemoth up on the desk here, and then we'll carry on. So this is, alright, so I've got a Dagobah. It's complete, except the foam that's just a cut up sponge. Impossible to get that foam, as you well know, but I do have the levitation devices somewhere in the baggie here. This is a cool one. This is the vintage, I'm not sure if it's Canadian, it's the plush Chewbacca. And it's got the really nice condition. I've got the bandolia and straps and everything for him here, so he's beautiful condition. Ian, you need him? Let me know, man. I'll tag you. But that's really cool. I actually don't think I've ever had that item. I've had the plush Canadian Jawa. I think that's more scarce, but this is really cool. Anyway, random furball. What have we got? So I've got a Diecast Falcon box, so I'll pair that up with a Lucy that we looked at a bit earlier on. Pop that there. What am I going to do here? So this is cool. It's a Toltoys 12-inch layer. It's a butchered box. It's missing half an edge and a lot of wear. The flap's gone. But look, it's still Toltoys and it's got that magnificent blue Toltoys logo. So that'll be for sale. I'm not sure. I'll price it up. It's not going to be a whole lot, but it will be worth something. Then we have got, a lot of people love this playset. A lot of people hate this playset. No, neither here nor there. It doesn't do anything for me, but I don't have anything against it overly. This is a Star Destroyer playset. I believe it's complete, but it might be missing, I won't get to it now, but it might be missing a piece at the top where the globe goes. So I've got Vader's chamber. There's the orange lens thing. There's the Dagobah pieces I referred to earlier, randomly there. They are stickers to, I don't know what playset. It's spare Star Destroyer stickers, I think. Alright, yeah, they are Star Destroyer stickers. So yeah, I think that's complete. I might be missing a piece, but I'll detail that a bit further when I do come to selling it. Vintage Star Destroyer. This is cool. So this is a Toltoys Imperial Attack Base box. I think I've got a Imperial Attack Base to go with this as well. I like this one. This has got a very cool logo. It's very, very unique. I'll show you guys if I can get 10 kilos of packaging tape off safely. I mean, you may or may not have seen it, but I'm going to show you anyway, because that's what I'm going to do, yeah? I love Aussie stuff. Actually, this might even be New Zealand, I think. I love New Zealanders too, and New Zealand stuff. Oh, sadly, it's got a massive cutout on one side. This is cool. I've had quite a few of these. It's got a thicker stock of cardboard. You can probably see it because it's cut here. That corrugated, thicker cardboard, like for more like the shipping box. And the Toltoys logo is like a rainbow colour. Where's the mongrel? Yeah, it's a rainbow colour logo. Cool, that is. Really, really cool looking logo. What address is on here? Made in Australia. I wasn't sure if it was NZ. Yeah, I love that logo. So unique. That's why a lot of people like this one. I'm not sure if there are any other toys with that logo, that coloured logo. If there is, let me know. I can't off my head think if there is. Alright, only a couple of items left here, then I'll rebox this box. That makes sense. So we've got the micro Bespin chamber set. I saw these figs in that bag before, so I believe this is complete. This is the one that comes with the Boba Fett, so it's cool. That's the ramp. I love this playset. I had this sealed. I kept it for ages. Wrestling with myself to open. I didn't. I ended up selling it. But that's probably my favourite micro. It's got, if you haven't seen it, it's got a little spinning device. So you put hand carbonite on one corner and then normal hand on the other, and you spin it from the inside. And when you turn it, you close the chamber like a magic trick. It turns from hand to a carbonite block. Very, very cool for a micro. Then we've got here, we've just got a vinyl case, bar logo. Anything exciting about it? I don't think so. Bar logo, so you know, not overly rare. I've sold quite a few of them, but always people chasing that. And then this is a really, really nice one. It's actually, you might have got a sneak peek of that in the short, but I did the Toltoys Luke, a 12-inch box. With that stunning, I always say it, that stunning blue Toltoys logo. You gotta love it. Now this is beautiful aside from it missing the top flap. Also going for is inserts in there as well. I'm not sure if the Toltoys insert varies from the Kenner one, but I do know that this is the one that came with the box, original to this box, original owner. So yeah, that's lovely, and it would display nicely. But just that top flap missing, it's unfortunate because that would have cost you a little bit more if that flap was there, and it would have been just such a nicer piece. It would have just been actually beautiful, but that will still display incredibly well in an acrylic box. it's got a little bit of dust on the window and stuff like that, but you stick that in an acrylic box, you won't see that top flat. It's sometimes with this stuff you can't get a complete one. You need to go, you know, you take what you can get, and that will still look spectacular. If you've got a nice 12-inch Luke, you flick it in there, mate. Toltoys. Budget, beautiful box looking thing. Alright, so I'll get those guys back. So I haven't really gotten to the beast I was referring to earlier. Can't see it in which box, but there's 4 crates left, so it's coming. It's coming your way soon. Not everyone, mate. Not everyone will understand its significance. I might not even mention it straight away. Just try to get these back in nice and gently. I'm not going to put Dagobah in that and tempt fate. Just a nice plush chewy. Keep that safe and get that over here out of my way. Dagobah's going somewhere. Alright. Space is very shrinking around me all the time. Let's have a look in this box. So we have. I'll get them all out and I'll talk about them. Quick look as I get them. Talk about them as I go back in. So there's a guy, a local guy to me, busted my chops about when these were coming through. So I'll keep him happy in a minute. But we've got a couple of. You know who you are, I won't mention your name, you've been calling me out for wanting one of these. So I've got a Star Wars, there's 3 different versions, all 3 versions. 2 Star Wars and an Empire Han Solo blaster. Anyway, I'll put it back in a moment, I'll show you again. And then there's one I've never seen before in my life, I'll just hide that for a second. One of the Javelin I mentioned of earlier. And like a Scout laser pistol, which is cool as. I'll test these obviously. I believe these are working from what I'm told. The majority of the electronic items and vehicles and stuff I've got from James have worked. So we got a Chewbacca bandolier strap in box. Interesting to see the condition. Obviously that styrofoam will more than likely be gone. Almost definitely be not there. I'll be gentle just in case. But yeah, there's some fragments of the original styrofoam, but much like the Dagobah foam, the Death Star foam, it's crumbled, you know. Even the Cantina Lucky Bands from the door. Not going to tempt fate and touch that in case there is a little bit still stuck together, but look, reasonable condition box. As a kid, I didn't have one, so I didn't cruise around my figure strapped to me like ammunition, but I wish I did actually. I reckon I would have been more popular, eh? So I've got 1, 2, 3 Han Solo blasters. There's the Empire one, which I'll put back. And then there's 2 separate Star Wars different ones. I'm trying to think what the difference is. I'm not a guru on these completely, but I know they're 2 different versions. I think it's a cast of plastic. I'll do a bit of research. Oh no, there you go. Screws are on one side on this one. And yeah, they're reverse screws. That's cool. Anyway. I'll figure out which is which and they'll be up soon. And Mr. You know who you are, I'll tag you, man. I'll probably message you and let you know they're coming in. So, Jedi Scout Blaster. And then we got, never seen this one before, a Lily Letty Mexican Scout Blaster. So it's got a Letty sticker. La Guerra de las Galaxias. It's got a bit of wear on that sticker. But gorgeous condition. Just check the COO difference, just out of interest. Nice, same COO. Sorry, my eyes aren't failing me. Same COO, just a Galaxia sticker. That's bloody cool. I'll have to do a bit of research as to whether those molds are any different. But that's bloody cool. Never seen a Letty one. Anyone know much about them? Comment anything. I will respond to anything anyone ever messages me. And this has got, oh yeah, a couple of sealed Boland, what's it called? Hookah set. Hookah? Oh, I forget what it's called. The thing is Jabba is Boland. I think he smokes. I forget what it's called. So a couple of sealed sets of that. The 2 Jabbas that go with the bases that we spoke of that I looked at earlier. Then we got a Tauntaun box. That's just a Kenner. Missing proof of purchase. And then I've got 4 Tauntauns here. So I've got two closed belly here. One of them is spectacular. Yeah, they're both really nice, but That one in particular is gorgeous, closed belly Toltoys. And then I think I've got 2 open bellies. 2 open belly, oh no, 1 open belly, 3 closed belly. And the open belly, that's quite nice. That hasn't got too much yellowing on that rubbery part of the opening tummy, which is very obviously common with that. The open belly Toltoy. Yeah, I don't know. Is that vintage, guys? Friggin' some kind of inflatable yellow rod. God, it might be a lightsaber for an NA. Oh, and they've got a couple of loose bandoliers that are not complete, the straps, and a couple of little blue boxes. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more blue boxes buzzing around. I did see a couple in a box somewhere, so I might be able to complete another 1 or 2, who knows. So that's another crate gone. One spot, this bit's here, I'm laughing. Keeps room here, man. So that was that Diecast Falcon box. Pop that there. Alright, 3 crates left. This is the box mini rig crate. INT4. And this is packed beautifully. This is a Tetris job. I'm not going to get that back in there if I try. Paletoy INT4 box. So we've got INT4 Kenner. We've got MT7 Kenner. Tell you, I'm not going to get all these out. I'm just going to tell you what they are. And we'll go from there. So we've got the radar laser cannon. That's Weta French, is that? Yeah, French-Canadian radar laser cannon, mini rig. We've got an ESB Kenner laser radar cannon. We've got 2 tripod laser cannons, Kenner. 2 vehicle maintenance energizers. One is Kenner, they're both Kenner, US ones. There's about 4 of these AST5s. 1 with a box. I'm not a mini rig person whatsoever. There's 3 loose of the oh, I can't even bloody remember what the roller's called. There's 3 loose of that whatever it is. So 3 loose of that roller mini rig. 1 of the MLC3, 1 of the little mini shuttle. That's right here, I'm an idiot. MTV7, sorry. 3 of them. Told you, man, I don't like mini rigs. Cap 2. Is that just US? Cap 2 ESB US. Oh, that's with a $1 rebate sticker. That's bloody cool. I had that. I had a bunch of those rebate pamphlets a little while ago. That's so cool. I love seeing those boxes after having all those, the rebate sheets. And what's in this white box? Is that some kind of mail away? This could be a mail away. I have not seen that before. PDT-8 in a plain box. I'm going to have to research that. Unapplied stickers and instructions, ESB instructions. And that vehicle was dead mint. So that might be a mail away. Don't know much about this mail away mini rig. Like I said, mini rigs don't really tickle my fancy a whole lot, so I've never really done much research into them, and I've never had a mail away, so that's pretty cool. I'll definitely research. So hey, like I said, if you know anything about this stuff and you want to comment, please do. I'd love to hear your info and feedback. I'm not one of those guys that won't listen to anyone. I won't profess to be an expert on any particular thing in here. If someone knows more than me, I'm more than bloody happy to hear it. You know, this is a lot of arrogance with this kind of stuff, but I'm not going to profess to be an absolute expert. I only know what I definitely know from my childhood and when I'm bred up, but this is the hobby that just does, no one knows at all. No one. Oh, here we go. So we've got some more micros. This looks like mostly Bespin, I think. Oh, it's a bit of a mix. So we got the control room. That's the US box. That's a beautiful box, and it's got such a beautifully shaped out pop. That's meticulously done, like gorgeous. Anyway, that looks nice. Then we've got Hoth Wampa Cave. What is that one? US. Yeah, that's a US box. I think we had already had a, yeah, I had a beautiful Toltoys box one earlier. I'll get them all out and put them back in. So I've got 2 Falcons. Pretty sure one's the Aussie. I'll get them all out and then put it back in. Seems to be the way to go, not make so much mess. So I've got a loose Wampa Cave. You've got the ion cannon. That's a sick dub. I really like this. That actually displays really well with a 3 3/4 inch scale AT-AT. Really nice. I sold my entire run and I miss it. So I put it on the lens. There's the parts for that. So then we got Micro X-Wing. We got 2 Falcons. Now I believe one is the Aussie and one is the US. There's a bit of difference with the ramp, and this is such a nice item. The That's really nice condition too. The micro Falcon, I like the micro. I mean, the vintage Falcon 3 3/4 scale is spectacular, right? But I always thought that the effort they put into this was beautiful. See if I can show you the two different ramps while I got them here. Yes. They are both in. Man, these are hard enough to find one, man, in nice condition. They're both in really nice condition. Just be gentle with that. Cover. Don't want to break it because it is in beautiful condition. Plugged in tightly. Alright. That is in very tight. Why are you in so tight, man? Oh, it actually clipped. Alright, I didn't realise you were clipped then. There we go. So the pegs are in quite nice and tight on the sides. Yeah, here we are. So, I'll test you guys. Which one's the Toltoys and which one's the Australian? I'm not going to tell you. Look at the two different ramps. Very unique. One's got steps. One doesn't. In the comments, please. Come on, you tell me, you know? Which one's Toltoys? Which one's US? Steps? No steps. Very cool. And I tell you, these two Falcons are in really, really nice condition. And they seem to be, they look to be all complete. The figs are, I think the figs are here too. I'm not going to plug that one all the way through. But they are, you don't see these too often complete and in nice condition. The radar dish is gone, turret gun's broken, underside turret gun's broken. But they're gorgeous, eh? Both of them. Like they're C9 jobs, you know what I mean? The figures, I'll check. Those figures are nice. A little bit of paint chipping, they're in the same bag. What are you doing, James? That down. And the other ones are, they're individually bagged, so I'll suss them out. But yeah, two, like I said, two real gorgeous Falcons there. Gets you a little bit excited when you haven't seen one. I haven't had one of them for ages. The last one I had was pretty average condition. So let's put those best pins back. So then we got a snow speeder, and that's looking pretty good, very sought after vehicle. I'm just going to rest those Falcons at the top at the end. That's why I haven't put them away yet. I'm scared to death of breaking them. That snow speeder is bloody spectacular. Just a little bit of lifting on some of the stickers, but the colour on that's lovely, and that's got that break apart action where it blows up. Really cool. Got a lot of time for this line. Very underappreciated, I believe. Especially the playsets. Some of the vehicles are a bit more expensive to attain. I've got just about the whole run here, I think. But the playsets are a bloody steal. I think they're still a steal. Great prices. I think the Falcon's probably going to set you back the most out of all of them. So you've got hot generator attack times 2. Whether or not these complete, the figures aren't buzzing around here, but like I said, I'll sort that out later. And we've got a Death Star escape. So I had a mail away box earlier, and here I've got a US retail box here on that one. And then I'm just going to be very gentle with these Falcons because they're glorious. So, come on, who knew which one of the Toltoys was? Still not going to tell you. Alright, skis. I think I'll get that lid on safely without cracking a turret. Yeah, no pressure on that. We're nearly there, and not intentionally, the best box has got the killer item, and I did not do that on purpose, I promise. This is just a little cardboard box. Can't remember what's in it. Oh yeah, so we got, so there's a bit of a cool one. So there's a whole bunch of max reverb bands, microphones, flutes, figures. I think I've got enough to put 2, maybe 3 bands together. Definitely 2 organs. So then you probably know what's coming next. One of my favourite play sets, the non-blue snow cantina. This is cool. I had this. Don't have it at the moment. Couple of size noodles. What else have we got? Door for the cantina. modern Cantina figure, I think, or it's custom, I don't know. Yana, I think her name is, I think it's a legacy figure or something. Yeah, I've got another Cantina in here. Another, oh no, these are custom Cantina Cantina band members. They obviously were never released in the vintage line, but they're custom, and I've got the weapons that came with them. So I have seen, oh, they're custom. They might be part of the Force too. I don't know. I'm not a modern collector, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And then you got the other Cantina base. So I've got one complete Cantina. One seems to be missing the doorway. Who knows? That could be in the other box. And then one's got a really, really nice backdrop, which has only appears to have been folded a little bit once or twice, and that one's a little bit more wear, so obviously the complete one will have the nice one of them. Nicely there. So I've put these band members, Rebo band members back in there. So I put it together, get a couple of the bands together, you know, get a couple of bands together for the boys and girls, and they'll sale. Alright, this is the final box. Nearly done, but last box. And I'll play with you.
No, I asked for you, ask Katie if she can play with me.
Well, come on now. Are you going to do the last box with me?
Yeah.
Alright. You're not going to touch.
Can I say the name?
You might not know these, and you cannot touch. They're very expensive items.
Yes,
Alright, so sit down nicely. So for the most expensive and rarest items, I've got my son tagging in here, so I'm just going to keep his hands away from these guys, but... Alright guys, so I'm going to try that again. Had a bit of interruption and then my camera overheated, so it's all happening at the same time. Just in time for me to get to this last box. I'm just trying to finish this bit and all chaos is breaking loose. So this final box has some savage items in it. I'm just trying to think of the best way to reveal it. So I've got a couple of the old Imperial Troop transports. There's two different versions. And I've got them both here. Check the electrics, I think they're both missing the battery covers. And this one's got pretty average stickers. And that one's actually, it's got dodgy stickers actually, that won't be for sale, probably ripped off. But this one is two different versions. Anyway. No, both battery covers are in this one's battery exhaust, so they're coming up. Then we've got a couple more micros we got. Is that an Aussie? No, a US box of the Bespin gantry. And then TIE Fighter, that's a stunning box. A beautiful box. Really nice condition, US box, just had the pop cut. But that box is gorgeous. What have we got inside? We've got a nice one. It's not that good, it's got a bit of yellowing. It's got interior cardboard, but the tyre's got a bit of yellowing to the body. I won't pull it out, nothing spectacular. But so they're the last two micros. And then we got a couple of Wampers now. See if you guys know anything, notice anything with these ones. Well, that one's pretty obvious where that one's from. That one may be less, well, pretty obvious to some, but maybe less obvious to others. Should not put my hand there. So we'll start with Toltoys. That box is stunning. There's not even a crease on the flap that connects the box. Let's have a look. Interior cardboard. I mean, look, the Wamper itself doesn't matter, does it, when you get a nice box like that? But that's got some yellowing. Bloody hard one to get. Nice condition there. But interior cardboard for the head. You're paying for the box on this one, because that Toltoy box is quite spectacular. Toltoy box. And then here you've got an Aussie box with 15 centimeters in Aussie measurements. So that's an Australian box. Offerless. There's a special offer box you can get with these, etc. But that's actually a cracking Wamper. Just the lightest of yellowing on that top joint of the head where the top of his ear kind of things are, the ear humps. Alright, so here we go. This is what you've all been waiting for. You might not have been waiting for it. You might have just skipped here, I don't know. So we got a couple of, actually there's a loose Wamper too. A couple of patrol dewbacks here. and one's relatively rare. So let's have a look. So this is a standard US Kenner box, first release. Yeah, so we'll have a look at the Dewback himself, why not? See what the lizard's like, see what the reins are like, etc. So that's got super glued reins on one side. Shame because it's got beautiful underbelly, no scratching or paint. So that's a nice little lizard, but it's got one other side of the reins has got a small tear. So that's the original release US box Dewback. Then you got the re-release collector series with that collector series sort of icon in the corner. That's quite cool. I forget what year the collector series came out. I think it was 83. So this box has lost its glue on the bottom. Seal on one side. We'll just check out the little lizard, see what he's like, you know. I get excited when I see one of these in really nice condition, unbroken, and that's nice. That's unbroken and yeah, okay, that's real mint. Really mint and really tight legs too. So that's really nice lizard there. It's got the tiniest bit of yellowing on the main joint on both sides. Other than that, that's a ripping. Just that Australian wampa. Sorry, that Palito wampa. That's a really nice Dewback. And then we've got final Dewback. It's probably, James said, one of the rarest items in his collection, so I'll put the collector series ones back, put the original one back. This is the Australian special offer sticker version. So these were repurposed to try and, I believe, sell leftover excess stock. They chucked the figure in there. So that's an Australian sticker, that special offer Stormtrooper sticker. I don't think actual Stormtrooper comes with it, but that's not what you're looking for here. Look, I'll quickly look at the Dewback itself, which has got unbroken reins, and again, sheerly magnificent. That's even better than the other one. Also has the tiniest of yellow on the joint, but it's got stiff legs. So that's a lovely lizard, but that's not what you're here for here. You're not paying for the lizard here. This box is really incredibly rare, that sticker. You don't see it very often. Guys, you may think, oh yeah, you made us wait all this time for that. Well, that might not mean a lot to some people, that special offer sticker right there. But there'll be a couple of people out there saying, alright, how much money have I got right now? You know, how am I going to afford that? That's a killer piece. I think I've only known one to sell. There have been a couple of sales, but I've only known one to sell publicly. It was a while back, and it was, I think it was 5k, 5,000, and I'm not sure it was that good condition. This one's quite nice. I mean, it's got a little bit of veining and wear. One side's still factory tape still, but that tape is yellowing on both sides, and this one's been slit. So, not an easy box to attain. You've probably got less than, known to exist in the world, I don't know, less than 20 or 30 of them probably. I don't know exact numbers, I'm pulling that one out of my backside, but that's not an easy box to attain. So that was the main draw card here. Sorry if you don't find that as interesting as I do, or some other Toltoys collectors or rare box collectors, but yeah, that's not one you'll find every day. That'll be auctioned for sure. I reckon I'll get a few messages on that. A couple of Toltoys nuts will be after that. But there he goes. So yeah, that's a beast of an item, guys. That's coming up very soon. As with all these toys, it's just a matter of finding time to list them all. But I'll get them all up over the next couple of weeks, and we'll move on to the next carload. I was at James's place yesterday, and we're looking about, I think we were looking about 25, somewhere between a quarter and a third done, give or take. But this is the end, I believe, of the vehicles and playsets. So the next thing we're looking at after this, the next load, we're starting to get into some figures and paperwork, cutbacks, etc. He's got some real funky, outlandish stuff, some oddball stuff, you know, like glue sticks and just random stuff. A lot of Ewoks, But there's some ridiculous figures coming up. Ladies, Polish, Toltoys. Yeah, get ready. It gets pretty crazy now. So this was probably the rarest so far. A couple of the rarest items I've had. A couple of Toltoys boxes. This bad boy here. But there's so much more coming. Like I said, I'm about, at best, I've gone through about a third of it. But there's probably a little bit more than that. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm really enjoying going through it, selling it, and seeing all this rare stuff. It's bloody amazing. So subscribe to my channel if you want to see notifications of all the other stuff coming out, the videos, etc. Like I said, it's free. Just hit subscribe and you'll get my feed. All my videos come through. And like I said, I reckon I'll get a few messages, and that's the goal here. If you can on this, I don't want you to miss out on it. If you've been waiting 5 years for one of these to come up, I don't want you to miss out. I want you to have a chance at it, and this is your best chance to get a good shot at it. You can let me know, look, when are you bloody listing that, you know? And I'll make sure I contact you. I've got a list for every single person that contacts me. I'll write the item down, and 3, 4, 5, 10 people that contact me over that item, they'll all be advised before it goes up, or let them know in an hour, half an hour, whatever, or it's going up tomorrow, something along those lines. I try and make it fair for everyone so everyone gets crack at it. All those people that did give me a shout out. But that's the benefit of my YouTube channel. You get a free first look at all this stuff. So please subscribe if you haven't. I'm waffling on, but it does benefit you, and it's free. Thanks a lot, guys. My content's going to continue. There's a lot of vehicles in here I'm going to review, I reckon, from this. So get ready for a lot of content, a lot of cool stuff, my view on things. You may not like them, you might agree with them. Let me know, man. It's all about having fun with toys. And I reckon have a fair bit of fun with these things. Thanks a lot, guys. Keep watching.